sure you're ready to go? You still bouncing around like a friggin' ball in a pinball machine? Alright, let's go. Good morning, guys. How the heck y'all doing this morning on this wonderful, fantastic July 2nd day, right? Shut that guy off for a second. Windows up. Yep, CP and I are both on the road today. We are on our way for just about a 2.5 hour drive one way to Watrous, Saskatchewan. We got to get a 18-foot cutter bar. We got to get an 18-foot cutter bar and tow it all the way down to the Penguin/Perry, Saskatchewan area. Some farmer bought it down there. This is for Mazer Group, New Holland. I don't know if this is a new machine, a used machine, or what, but if it's an 18-foot cutter bar haybine with the shields on the outside edges and so on and so forth, we are basically pushing the 21-foot wide mark. So I need CP on the backside with an over-dimensional and a beacon. So that's what we're doing. So with no more further ado, let's pitter-patter and let's get the hell at her, and we'll bring you guys along for the ride. I'm sure I'll come up with a whole bunch of shit to talk to you about. So I'll let you go for now, and we'll talk to you later. Alrighty, guys, here we are. We're in Watrous, Saskatchewan at Mazer Group, New Holland, and this is her, an 18-foot sickle knife haybine. It's a H7150, and this thing's been sitting here for a bit by the looks of it. Like, the jack is sunk right in the ground. You can't even see the top side of it, so it's been here for a bit. We got to get some wrenches on there because this head right here should turn, and it's locked in solid as a rock. That thing ain't moving at all. I was told just a standard drawbar hitch and drop a pin through it, but we can't get hooked up because it's sunk in the ground so far. And my pins, I don't think they're going to go through that hole to act as a drop pin. I ran a tire test on the tires. Both tires are low. There's only 20 PSI in them. And we're supposed to have 45 by the writing on the side of the tire. We did find some loose nuts and bolts. We snugged them up a bit, like right here. That bolt was loose. CP found it. I don't know if this thing has actually been PDI'd or not yet. I'll have to double question that with Mazer's Regina and find out. I don't know how long this machine has actually been sitting here, but it is new. If it's a 2020 model or a 2021 model, that I don't know. Maybe it's a 2019 model. I don't know. But it is new. How's that sound? And she's an 18-footer. She'll lay a heck of a swath down. Rubber on steel or rubber on rubber? Rubber on rubber, I believe. Rubber on rubber conditioners. So I've never run a New Holland haybine, so I don't know what they're like, but can't be all that much difference. The one thing I do know about these New Holland units, you disconnect that hydraulic cylinder for your tilt. You disconnect right there on both sides, and this header will hook right into a pusher unit. So then it'll act as a self-propel. You'll have to disconnect your hydraulic drive lines up here, but then you can hook this sucker into self-propel unit. You see anything else? No? Not yet? So yeah, we're just waiting for the service guy to get his butt over here, and we'll go from there. We'll talk to you guys later. Okay guys, so they still have to go through the machine. They're gonna check they're gonna repack, re-grease the wheel bearings, torque tires. I have to go and find a 1" by 8 bolt to go in here, because we got to run it from the bottom up. I can't use my drop pin because of the way this is designed. My drop pin won't work for here. Right, just fun, right? Just friggin' peachy keen. Yeah, right, not. So we're gonna go get ourselves a 1" bolt for there and come back, and then hopefully we'll be able to hook up and get friggin' going. So we'll talk to y'all later. Alrighty guys, so we're all hooked up here, ready to rock and roll now. Got the lights going. You can see the flashers are on right there, right over there. Got that 1" grade 8 with the lock nut on her. Safety chained. The tires are pumped up to 45. The wheel bearings are all repacked, and the guys said they kind of went through it quick and did a check over on bolts and had to tighten up a few of the bolts. Tires are all retorqued, so it's go time. Let's get the heck out of Dodge here. I filled me coffee cup and I zeroed out my kilometers, so we're out of here. Okay, we'll catch you guys later. Alrighty guys, well, yeah, we're still on the road here. Is that a little better? We're gonna be on the road here for a while, zipping in and out, back and forth, giving room to people. We're on a single lane highway here, so, and the wheelbase on this machine is more than what my lane is, and then you still have the friggin' hay bind sticks out past that yet, but I just got to move over. Got cars coming. Just put them in the ditch. Screw them. They'll learn to move the hell over when they drive right into the edge of that machine. That'll teach them, right? But she's 33 degrees, and you listen to the news, and it's like, oh my God, it's so hot in Saskatchewan. Yeah, it's hot in Saskatchewan. Don't get me wrong. 33 degrees Celsius is pretty darn warm. I'm not going to say it ain't. But they're talking like we've never seen 33 degrees Celsius before. Well, Christ. Wasn't all that many years ago. I remember picking 3,000 small square bales with my wife, and she was pregnant, and we were picking them by hand in 36 and 37 degrees Celsius. So this is not the first freaking time we've ever seen this. Like, these guys need to pull their head out of their ass. It may be a little bit warm for the 2nd of July, but usually by mid-month, we usually see this anywhere from 30 to 36, 37 degrees Celsius. It's not uncommon. Not by a long shot. There we go. Now I can get in the middle of the highway again. But all these little whiny friggin' cry babies, it's so hot, it's so hot. Oh, pull your head out of your ass and go fucking crawl under a rock somewhere. Cool off. Like, there's lots of ways to cool down. I don't have air conditioning in my house, and we've been living in that house for 20 years. Almost 20 years, since 2003. We didn't die. Our kids didn't die. So take the heat, because before you know it, it'll be minus 50 again, and then they'll bitch and whine and snivel about it being so cold. So just my own 2 cents, guys. Just my own 2 cents. But yeah, they're calling this a heat dome now. Now we have a heat dome. Yeah. It is hot out in Alberta and friggin' BC. That friggin' mid 40s to low 50s. That's pretty goddamn warm. Like 110 degrees, 115 degrees. That's pretty goddamn warm. And unfortunately, here in Canada and British Columbia, the province of British Columbia, they broke the record for the hottest place. This Linton, British Columbia. That was 2 days ago or something like that. They broke the record. And then yesterday, they're thinking, they don't know for sure yet, but they're thinking that train going by town, spark came off the train, off the tracks, and caught the stuff on fire and lost 90% of the town. Like roughly 1,000 people, 1,500, and 90% of the town is gone. Businesses, homes, destroyed. But here's part of my theory. Here's part of the problem with all these forest fires. So with all these forest fires, we've come to the day and age where years ago the forest would cleanse itself by basically, there would be a lightning strike or whatever, create a forest fire. And you would clean up all that underbrush and all that deadfall and all those leaves that fall and needles that fall, so on and so forth. All of that stuff would get burned off. And it's a cleansing. It would clean out the bushes, right? Well, now you're not allowed to do that anymore. If they don't want you cleaning that stuff out. Well, over the years, all this underbrush and deadfall and dead leaves, so on and so forth, it gets built up. So now you end up where that is just like fuel. That's like throwing a match in gasoline, right? You get a spark of any kind or a lightning strike, and that stuff starts burning. Well, now you're really gonna have a friggin' fire, because there's so much deadfall and dead stuff in the bush. And you can't stop it, because it just keeps going. It'll get underneath. It might be wet on top, but it could be dry underneath, and it'll just sit there and it'll burn underneath and move under the fucking ground even. I've had straw where I've lit up old straw bales in the middle of the winter, guys, and there's like a foot of snow on top of the bales, and just because of the straw spread out all around under the snow, I remember one time I unrolled a bale, the twines were all broke, and I unrolled a bale thinking, I unrolled it about 30 feet. This'll be good, and I lit up the rest of the core. It was all kind of dead, rotten, old shit. And we had a shitload of snow, probably a good 8 inches of snow on top. Well, I lit the core up, and that friggin' stuff burned, and it burned right through under the snow where I unrolled it, and it caught some other bales on fire that I wasn't planning on burning right away. Crazy, right? And it could do the same thing out in the bush. If you get an inch or 2 inches of rain up on top, and it soaks stuff on top, but it doesn't work its way all the way through all that dead growth, it'll sit there and smolder and burn underneath, and it could move around under the friggin' wet stuff, right? Anyway, my own 2 cents. We need to bring some of that friggin' forest burn and burn areas off more often and do a forest cleansing. How's that sound? And then when we have a forest fire, it's more controllable if you can get rid of all that dead stuff. So, well, 2 cents, guys. Talk to y'all later. Well, we are in the traffic here now, guys. Working our way into Regina, Saskatchewan. Basically, I'm taking up 2 lanes. Basically, I'm taking up all of the shoulder lane and 95% of the main driving lane. How's that sound? So, I had to pull a few people, or not pull them over, but slow them right the hell down, because we had to go through a couple of bridges, and at the bridges there's really no shoulder, so I got to take up the whole driving lane. They slow down. When I move over, they slow the fuck down. Just gonna work our way up to, not quite all the way to Regina, but we're gonna jump on the bypass and take the west side to the south on the bypass. That'll get us around the city without actually even going into the city. And then from there we go on the bypass all the way around to number 6 south, and then we book her straight south on number 6. Temperature, if anybody's wondering, is still 33 with a humididex of, I believe they said 35. I heard them talking earlier. So alrighty, we'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, look at that. That's just nicely coming out of the ground. There's actually, over here too, there's actually quite a bit of land that was seeded quite late, it's looking like. I'm surprised. And I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Looks like an old hay field that might have been plowed under and then left alone, and the grass alfalfa is trying to grow back. But we're about 7K from our destination at this point. So here's some more of that type of ground. All kinds of stuff. Late ground, I don't know, we got some yellow stuff out there, that's clover. Whether it's, yeah, that'd be a seeded clover field, that one. Yep. Looks like it'd be on the verge of needing to be cut. Anyway, I got a call I gotta take. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, well, there it is, right back there beside that shop. Delivery done. Maureen and Kent, thank you for the business, that's for sure. And welcome to Saskatchewan. If you guys are watching this, yep, welcome to Saskatchewan. They just moved down here. Actually, Kent and Maureen. Kent came down a month ago, and Maureen came down like today, actually. They bought some land down here, like 1,200 acres out of Ontario, Canada, and yeah, gonna try making a go over here with us. So anyway guys, we're gonna get our butts on home. So if I don't say it later, I'll say it now. Hit that comment button, leave your comments, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that sub button, and hit that little bell down in the corner there to get the notification every time we post a new video. And fun. Let's get her done. Stay cool, y'all. Alrighty guys, so on the way down I had made a comment about how a bunch of this land was just freshly seeded. Well, yeah, a bunch of it is just freshly seeded because it all got flooded out back there like the 8th, 9th, 10th of June. They had like 5 to 6 inch torrential downpours, and a lot of this land was all flooded out, and they had to do a reseed on it. That's why the crop is looking the way it is. It's not as advanced as other crops. So, oh well, what do you do? Talk to y'all later.